It has been 3 decades since a Ridgeway man was shot and killed in the parking lot of his workplace. And even though all of the details about what happened that night are still unknown, police say one thing is clear. Mickey Buck was murdered.
State police took over the case last year to retrace every step that's been taken since the day Buck was found in 1987. Bridget McClure spoke with investigators and has the latest on this case. Bridget.
Marty and Jen, when most people remember Mickey Buck, they associate him back to his glory days on the football field. He was a renowned athlete from Ridgeway, but in the past 30 years, police say they haven't found one skeleton in his closet, meaning they haven't found one bad piece of information about him. So, why did someone shoot and kill Mickey Buck in 1987?
Every August, people of Ridgeway visit St. Leo's Cemetery to remember a husband, son, brother, and friend.
Mickey Buck was a hard-working individual. In terms of his marriage, he was happily married. He had the hopes of starting a family, and that from the standpoint of him just being an outstanding individual in all respects is pretty much the confirmation, which again further begs the question, why did someone shoot and kill Mickey Buck in August of 1987?
A question that stumped investigators for the past 30 years. August 20th, 1987. Paul Buck, better known as Mickey, was a foreman at Motion Control Industries and had just finished his typical 3 to 11 shift.
Mickey Buck walked through these doors just like every other day, but this time he didn't make it to his car.
The fence post holes and the guard shack moving right in there.
Police say Buck was shot about 20 feet away from the plant's guard station. It was unoccupied.
He would have received a gunshot wound to the lower part of the body as well as the upper part of the body, with the third shot missing the head or neck area.
The unsolved homicide prompted Punxsutawney State Police to take the case over last September.
Clothing still exists, paperwork, records from the factory itself, and in fact the bullet that was taken from the scene at that date.
Thousands of hours of investigative effort that's been documented is being retraced and reread, and evidence resubmitted for DNA analysis, since forensic science has drastically changed in the past 3 decades.
His clothing will be checked for bodily fluids, blood, salivas, anything that could possibly could lead us to a suspect.
Those results will be run against all known DNA samples to date and then run weekly as new samples are submitted every day.
When you look at this case, the death involving Mickey Buck, the glaring question is motive.
Born and raised in Ridgeway, it's a case that hits home for District Attorney Sean McMahon, a case he's determined to solve.
In 1987, I would have been approximately 13 years old. I still remember the day that Mickey Buck was killed. I still remember the morning the call coming into my house.
But does 30 years make it impossible?
It's a curse and it's a blessing. The curse part is a lot of people don't remember things, or they tend to fill in what they don't know. Their memories are a little clouded. But also it's a blessing, the fact that nothing needs to be done right away. We followed up on those, and really it was really...
In the parking lot of Motion Control Industries, Trooper Ray questioned a man who worked there when Buck was killed.
Comes to mind, you worked here at the time. I'll be happy to talk. We tell everyone we'd rather know the information than not know it.
Someone like him could be the key to cracking this case.
We're going to continue to follow this investigation up until we come to a forensically solve the case and make an arrest on it for Mickey Buck and for his family.
Do you believe that Mickey Buck and his family will ever see justice?
I'm hopeful and optimistic that they will. Again, I'm exerting every effort that I can as the District Attorney for Elk County.
Investigators are asking anyone who knows anything about Buck or had any dealings with him, whether good or bad, to let them know. And if you spoke with police in the past but haven't had a follow-up interview yet, speak with them again. The district attorney says the public is absolutely critical in solving this case. Reporting live, Bridget McClure, 6 News.